Ladies and gents, welcome to the platform. As you can see, I've got Janice Chetty right here with me. And today we're just going to be having a bit of a chat about her career. She's an entrepreneur, and she's also an academic who is, making the things happen. How are you doing today, Janice?
I'm well, and yourself, Andile?
I'm all right, I'm good, I'm feeling blessed. I'm happy to be talking to you. So yeah, let's get to it. First and foremost, who is Janice Chetty? I hope I'm saying your name right.
No, you did. Spot on. My name is correct. Who is Janice Chetty? Okay, so Janice Chetty is a entrepreneur born in Durban. So when I completed my matric, my dream was to become a CA. So I loved accounting in school, and I said, okay, I'm going to become a chartered accountant. So I pursued a career in the accountancy profession, and I qualified. I got my degree, and then I went on to serve my articles. And then when I worked as an accountant, I felt, you know what, maybe this is not for me, because I didn't see myself sitting behind the desk from 8 to 5, or sometimes 8 till 10, when it's month end and you got deadlines. And I said, I don't think it fits my personality. So I didn't pursue that career further, where I did my board exam. So I stopped there, and I moved on into the education sector, because I felt like, I enjoyed teaching accounting rather than working as an accountant and doing the same thing every month. So from there, I went and studied my degree in education, PGC, and I qualified last year with the cum laude pass. So I got 7 distinctions out
Wow.
of 8, and specializing in accounting and business management. So I do part-time lecturing. And then I started this business last year, which is called Dynamic Outlook. And Dynamic started during the COVID period. So how this dynamic outlook came about is in 2019, I had a vision that I wanted to open up a recruitment agency. But at that time, I was in the corporate world. So I was an IT trainer slash manager for a fuel company, a national fuel company. And I
Mhm.
learned a bit of IT there as well. And then at that time, when you get too comfortable in your job, you don't want to move out of that comfort zone. And
Mhm.
then what happened is last year, January, because I was in the fuel industry, and being COVID, they were retrenching staff. So
Mm.
I got retrenched last year, January. And then I decided, you know
Mm.
what? I think it's time for me to put that vision into action. And so I because I'm coming from the accounting background, I had my company already registered. I did my own taxes, whatever was outstanding for the company, and I got everything organized. Even though it was COVID, and I opened up a business where they're recruiting staff, and even though they were like retrenching and companies were closing down, I said no, I'm going to do this. So I opened Dynamic Outlook, and I opened it on the 28th of April officially. And yeah, with any business, it takes time. I had no clients. I just basically did cold calling,
Mm.
and I grew my business from there. I made my first sale in June last year.
Wow.
So from April to June, I was just cold calling, taking numbers off Google, phoning from 8 to 5, sending emails to clients, and yeah, just hoping for the best. But I never gave up hope, because I'm coming from a finance background. I know that you your business doesn't grow overnight. You
Mm.
plant the seed. You plant the seed now, and you might only see the rewards later on, but you got to plant the seed. So all the clients that I found in April and May, many of them got back to me from June, last year, August. And me being in KZN, we had the looting as well. So
Yes.
that was also a challenge for me in the type of business I was in. But I think it's by the grace of God that I overcame all this. And so, yeah, so Janice Chetty is a visionary. She has visions in her head and then she takes action, inspired action. So I like to call it inspired action. And it's something that I always dreamt of doing. And now this dream has become a reality for me.
Wow. What kept you going, like a few months without getting even a single client, but every day you are cold calling and you don't give up, you get up, what kept you just, going and say, you know what, I'm going to keep calling, I'm going to keep hunting up until I get the first client?
So Andile, you know me, I have this very positive attitude because for many years, so from the age of 22, when I started serving my articles, somebody at that working place at that time introduced me to the book, The Secret. I'm sure you heard about The Secret. Hey,
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
Secret
yeah.
by, yeah, The Secret. And then I read a lot of books on the mind and the subconscious mind. And I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So every day in the morning, I will put on a inspirational YouTube video. I still do it today, and before I go to bed. So for me, I had that attitude. Yeah, you know what? I didn't make the sale, but as I said, I'm planting the seed and I'm putting in the work because I know it's gonna happen. You see, it all starts with your belief. That's how you become successful, is that in your mind you must already know that, believe that you can do it, and then you
Mm.
just take the action. So for me it was my mindset, but in addition to that, it was also my spiritual side, because I'm coming from a strong Christian background. I always believe that, I'm a child of God and God is going to make a way for me. But of course, I can't just sit and do nothing. I got to take inspired action. So I can't say, I'm a child of God and just sit on the bed and do nothing the whole day. But it
Mm.
was all that. So there was various factors that played a role in me being positive on this journey.
Yeah, and I understand. Obviously, you spoke about working earlier on, and you obviously got into entrepreneurship. But at the age of 22, you started already exercising entrepreneurship because you were saving up for a car, so you had to hustle. Tell me
Yes.
about that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, let me tell you. So that's how my teaching thing came along, and that's how my education thing degree came along. So when I got my license at the age of 21,
Mm.
and your parents don't want you to drive their car because they say you're young and you're gonna
Mm.
crash the car. You must buy your own car. So at that time, I wanted to drive so badly, but I didn't have a car to drive.
Mm.
so I and as I mentioned, I was serving my article. So I'm talking about, like, maybe now I'm 33. So maybe, like, yeah, 12 years ago, I
Mm.
was serving my articles, and I was only earning 4,000 Rand a month
Mm.
at an accounting firm. And then I went to the bank and I asked them, how much do I need to be earning to qualify for finance for a car?
Mm.
And they told me, no, you got to be earning minimum 7,000 a month to qualify. So I said, oh, but I'm only earning 4. So they said, yeah, you need to show that every month you're making some additional income other than your salary. So one night I was in my room sleeping, and I thought to myself, how can I make extra money? Because I really want to have my own car. And you serve your articles for 3 years. So I signed a contract with this company that for the next 3 years I'll be working for them. And I'm obviously not going to reach the salary of 7,000 within the next year or two, because they're giving you like a 500 to 600 Rand increase a year.
Mm.
So at that point, I had a friend's mother who was a teacher. And then that one afternoon, after meeting with him and stuff, and I went to bed and I said, hey, you know what? Maybe I must do accounting tuition and give extra lessons, because now that I'm a qualified, I've got my degree, maybe I can tutor school kids and
Mm.
use that extra money and put it towards my additional income and show the bank that I'm making more money. But let me tell you, Andile, even it was a tough road, because the first year, so after I had this idea, the next day I went to my school that I matriculated in. And I went to that school and I asked my accounting teacher, I said, hey, I told her, you know what, this is my plan. I'm looking to buy a car. and I can't afford to buy a car at the moment, but if I do this accounting tuition, it's going to help to show that I make extra money. And she said, okay, no problem. I will help you out. I will give you an accounting textbook. I will give you the accounting syllabus. Because remember now, I didn't have any of those materials. She said, I'm going to help you with the material. I'm going to help you with everything. Then I spoke to my school principal at that time. And that school principal said, okay, no problem, Janice, because you're an ex-student of the school, I'm going to give you the classroom for 50 Rand a week. So it's going to charge me 200 a month for the classroom. So I said, oh, I'm very happy. I really appreciate it. Now, being a new entrepreneur, being so young, what I did is I went and printed out 500 A6 pamphlets. So I made this lovely pamphlet saying, offering accounting tuition, please contact Janice. And my number was there. And I remember, I'll never forget, I sat up whole night cutting that into singles because the printing shop printed 6 on a page or 4 on a page. I needed to cut each one. It was 500. So I sat up that night cutting those pamphlets. And I dropped these pamphlets all over in the Phoenix area around where I lived. So the different schools. And Angela, do you know the response I got? I only got 2 responses.
Whoa, from 500.
From 500 pamphlets, I only had 2 responses. And I found out at a later stage that the schools weren't even giving the kids the pamphlets because the teachers, they feel threatened when somebody says they're offering extra tuition in their subject. And I didn't know what was the reasoning behind it, that they felt that, if someone outside is giving tuition, then they feel like they're not doing their jobs properly, or parents will give more credit to the tutor than the teacher. So I found out by one of the parents to say that they never even received this pamphlet. They actually got referred to me. And I said, oh, but I sent these pamphlets to your children's school. Why didn't you get the pamphlet? They said, what pamphlet? We never received anything. So out of 500, and you wouldn't believe it. So I had 2 children the first year, and the first year I taught those 2 children. Even though I wasn't making as much money, I said, you know what, I'm not only doing it for the money, I'm also doing it because I have a passion for education and I want those children to do well. So I taught them. They were in grade 9 and grade 10. So every Saturday I used to walk. I didn't have a car. I used to walk to the school to teach them, whether it was raining, whether it was sunny. I used to walk and go. And the same kids the following year. So my first year, I was teaching these 2 children. I wasn't making enough money, so I didn't buy my car the first year. So my second year of teaching, now I learned in my second year that I'm not going to make the pamphlets. I'm going to advertise in the newspaper, the local newspaper. So I advertised in the local newspaper, and these 2 kids that I taught in the previous year came back to me in the second year. So one was in grade 10 and one was in grade 11. And then they told their friends about me. So only in my second year, I saved up enough money. I saved up 20,000 Rand deposit for my car.
Nice.
And then I did that. And so my second year, I had about 10 children in my class. And in my second year, I was able to afford to go to the bank and get the finance because I showed them I was earning more than 7,000 Rand a month because my tuition money was 3,000 Rand a month extra. So only in my second year, in 2012, June, I bought my car.
Wow.
And Andile, I still got the car up till this day. I only bought myself the second car last month. So I had that car for 10 years.
Wow,
for 10
that's
years
amazing.
I kept it. Yeah.
That's an inspirational story right there. Wow. Okay, cool. And you're not just, doing accounting, you're also a tech entrepreneur. You're working on a dating app. Tell me about that. How's that going?
Yeah. So when I got hired at this petroleum company, I got exposed to IT. So I used to manage a ERP system that was custom made for the fuel industries. And because I had the teaching background, that's why I got hired, because my job was to train the users how to use the software and also deal with the team in India. So there's a team in India that develops the software. And that's how I learned a bit of IT language. And be able to design the front end of a screen. So I can design a front end. I can't do coding, but I can say, okay, I want this button to do this. I want this button to be able to do this. So I am working with the team currently still in India. So they are like my service provider in South Africa because they want their company to be on the map in South Africa. So I'm working on this dating app, which we're going to be launching in August. So this app is basically, so there's a I don't know how much you believe in star signs, but there's a well-known, renowned astrologer. He's known in the Indian communities, is known in Dubai, in India, very famous. He's a friend of mine, and he said, let's collaborate and come up with this app because everybody's dating online now and they're struggling to find partners, and with COVID, dating has taken a back and people are scared to meet people face to face. So we created an app. So just say you go onto this app, and I don't know what your star sign, but just say your star sign is Virgo. So when you sign up
I
on
am
this
a
app,
Virgo.
oh, I'm also a Virgo.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're both Virgos, eh? So yeah, so you go there, you put your name, your surname, you say, okay, this is your date of birth. And then you will specify exactly what you're looking in a partner. So you go down so specific, like you can say profession, height, religion, hobbies. So you put all that into the category, and then the app does a calculation. So there's a lot of calculations and a lot of technical things behind it where it will calculate, okay, these are the people that match your filter of what you're looking for, because you can fine tune it and filter exactly. You can even filter down to the point where you say, okay, the height, the color of the eyes, or if you want long hair, short hair, no hair, muscles, no muscles, all those things. So we try to make it like that. And then once you do that, then it gives you all the options, and then only those people that fit your profile or what you're looking for, you'll be able to see them. But of course, they also have to like you. So if you like them and they like you, then we have a chat window where you do the normal chatting and things like that. And then to make it more authentic, because there's a lot of phishing that happens where people put fake profiles up, and it's not even them. So when you sign up, you're going to do like a 30-second video of yourself introducing yourself, so we know it's you. So you'll say, hi, my name is X, Y, and Z. I'm here on this dating app to meet new friends or to look for a serious relationship. These are the things I like to do for fun, and just a small introduction about yourself to know that you're authentic. And also you have to either upload a copy of your ID or passport or something, because to avoid the catfishing and all this funny things that take place online. So this app here hasn't been designed. There's nothing like it so far. We did research on the dating apps. So it's quite like something new. Obviously, it's up to the people that, when you meet somebody, you're not going to be guaranteed to marry the person. It's up to, if you're gel. But yeah, so it's quite exciting. I'm very excited. We launch it in August. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna be the face of the app, but yeah, just promoting it. I don't know if you know Glow TV. Have you heard of Glow TV?
No. Have I?
Oh, okay.
I feel like I have, but I don't want to say no. I don't. Let me just say no. I have never heard of it.
Okay, but Glow TV is an Indian South African channel, and this Vedic astrologer he's always on TV and on radio. So he's quite like a personality, radio personality, and a TV personality. So he's going to be promoting this app on TV and on radio. So because he has a clientele base of 60,000 clients. So
Wow.
So it's quite reputable. It's not like a day, like people that just give fake information and, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's quite reputable in that sense. But currently this app will only be for his clients. It's not going to be available to everybody for now.
I see.
It's going to be limited to his clients. And then the second phase is where we're going to open it to the public.
Are you going to be on the app as well?
No. Why?
Okay.
Why?
No, I'm just asking. It's your product, so you should test it to see if it works.
I am going to be on the demo phase, but I'm not going to be on the live. Oh, you mean if I to meet someone?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the guys from India teasing me. They're like, yeah, maybe we should use you as a demo and put you there. But I don't know. Let's see here.
Okay. So yeah, interesting stuff. Sounds very exciting. I like how diverse you are as an entrepreneur. Because the dating thing is different from the accounting work that you do. So
yeah,
Tom, I know you have another. I don't want to call it a project, but you are also doing something called Mirriam's Mission NPC. Like what is that? Briefly.
Okay, so Mirriam's Mission is something very close to my heart. So that's a project that I'm working on this week. It's in memory of my granny. So my granny's name that passed on 10 years ago, her name was Mirriam. So So hence why I studied the teaching degree. Besides that, I have a passion for it. And I feel that education is so important, and that's the best gift you can give someone. So giving someone the tool that I want to do. And it's funny that when you Mirriam's Mission is basically focusing on the education sector. And the two parts that I'll be focusing on is technology and entrepreneurship. So technology, I mean, our world, everything operates with technology, and it's something important that you need to know as a life skill. And then entrepreneurship, as you mentioned, is the country's economy to create more employment. You see, because if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to hire people under you, and you're going to boost the economy and bring down the unemployment rate. So these two programs is going to be focusing on upskilling the youth. I've been to many areas and many schools where there's some kids that haven't even touched a computer. They don't even know what a computer looks like. And those are the people that I'm looking to target to change their lives, to make their lives a better one. It's about helping the youth so they will have a better future, and I'm hoping they will take my legacy and help the next generation. So that's one of my passions, hence why I was focused on becoming an entrepreneur, so I can have the flexibility to give my time to help others. Because if you have an office job, you don't have the time, as much time, to be able to do all these things and projects and helping. So I am having a golf day on the 7th of October, launching this nonprofit organization. And all the proceeds on that golf day will be we're going to start in a specific area. So it's going to be project based. And so it's going to be an ongoing basis things where we're going to go to different areas. Once we're done with one project, we're going to move on to the next phase and to the next area. So it's something close to my heart, and I'm hoping it will continue even when I pass on.
You're doing very amazing work, and I want to chat to you some more, but we're out of time. But I really appreciate your time. I think what you're doing is quite interesting, and I'm looking forward to chatting to you more in the future. Né?
Oh, thank you so much for your time, and all the best on your journey as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.